Trump's Alcatraz plan. The shocking truth behind his strategy. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into a bombshell report about Trump's secret strategy involving Alcatraz. According to CNN's data chief, Trump's Alcatraz plan is more than just a headline. It's a calculated move. Sources reveal that Trump uses this plan to connect with his base in ways you wouldn't expect. But why Alcatraz? Experts say it symbolizes strength and control, key themes in Trump's messaging. The plan also taps into nostalgia, reminding voters of America's past and Trump's vision for its future. Critics argue this is just another distraction, but data shows it's resonating with key demographics. So, what's next? Analysts predict this could be a major talking point in the upcoming election. Before you go, hit like and subscribe for more breaking political analysis. See you next time! J.D. Vance's brother enters politics. The race for Cincinnati mayor heats up. Breaking news. J.D. Vance's brother is stepping into the political spotlight, running for mayor of Cincinnati. Let's dive into the details. J.D. Vance, the well-known senator, has a brother who's now making waves in local politics. But who is he, and what's his vision for Cincinnati? Cincinnati, a key city in Ohio, is about to see a heated mayoral race. With Vance's brother in the mix, the stakes are higher than ever. What are his key policies? Early reports suggest a focus on economic growth and community safety. But will voters be convinced? The Vance name carries weight in Ohio. Will this give him an edge, or will it bring extra scrutiny? Opponents are already gearing up. Who else is in the race, and how do they stack up against the Vance legacy? Local reactions are mixed. Some see this as a fresh start, while others worry about political dynasties. The road to the mayor's office won't be easy. What challenges lie ahead for Vance's brother? Campaign finances and endorsements will play a huge role. Who's backing him, and how much funding does he have? As the race heats up, all eyes are on Cincinnati. Will the Vance name secure another victory? Stay tuned for updates. Kari Lake's bold claim, how OAN's far-right coverage could reshape Voice of America. Kari Lake is making headlines again, this time for her controversial take on OAN's influence. Let's dive in! Lake claims OAN's far-right coverage could fuel changes at Voice of America. But what does that mean? OAN, known for its conservative slant, has been a polarizing force in media. Here's why. Voice of America, a U.S.-funded outlet, aims for impartiality. Could OAN's style disrupt that mission? Lake argues OAN's approach resonates with audiences tired of mainstream media. Is she right? Critics warn this could blur lines between news and propaganda. The stakes are high. NPR's coverage highlights the tension between journalistic integrity and political influence. What does this mean for the future of American news? Experts weigh in. Some see this as a push for media diversity, others as a threat to balanced reporting. Lake's comments come amid growing scrutiny of media mergers and their impact. Could this spark a new wave of media reform? The debate is just heating up. One thing's clear, the battle for America's airwaves is more intense than ever. What do YOU think about OAN's influence on mainstream media? Drop your thoughts below! Operation Sindoor, India's bold missile strike on Pakistan explained. Tensions between India and Pakistan have reached a boiling point. Today, we break down Operation Sindoor, India's shocking missile strike. The strike, reported by Forbes, marks a dramatic escalation in the long-standing conflict between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. Sources reveal the operation targeted suspected militant camps deep inside Pakistani territory. India's defense ministry claims this was a preemptive strike to neutralize imminent threats. Pakistan has condemned the attack, calling it a violation of sovereignty and vowing retaliation. Global powers are urging restraint, fearing this could spiral into full-scale war. Military analysts suggest this strike employed India's latest precision-guided missile technology. The operation's name, Sindoor, referencing the traditional red vermilion, hints at its symbolic significance. Border regions are on high alert as both nations mobilize their forces. Civilians near the border are being evacuated as tensions continue to rise. This strike comes after months of escalating skirmishes along the line of control. Experts warn the situation could impact global security and regional stability. We'll continue monitoring this developing story. Stay tuned for updates. Pakistan downs Indian warplanes, escalating tensions in South Asia. Tensions between India and Pakistan have reached a boiling point. Pakistan claims to have downed Indian warplanes, vowing retaliation for recent strikes. The conflict stems from recent Indian airstrikes targeting alleged militant camps inside Pakistan. Islamabad denies these claims, calling it an act of aggression. Pakistan's military spokesperson confirmed the downing of 2 Indian jets, capturing 1 pilot. This marks a dangerous escalation in the decades-long rivalry. India acknowledges losing 1 aircraft, but disputes Pakistan's claims. New Delhi warns of appropriate response to protect its sovereignty. Global powers urge restraint as nuclear-armed neighbors clash. The UN Security Council calls for emergency talks to prevent full-scale war. Experts warn this could be the most serious confrontation since the 2019 Balakot crisis. Border villages are being evacuated as artillery fire continues. Pakistan's Prime Minister vows to defend the nation's territorial integrity, while India's leadership promises decisive action against threats. The international community watches nervously as diplomatic channels work overtime. Will this crisis de-escalate, or are we witnessing the start of something worse? For now, both nations have placed their militaries on high alert. The coming hours could determine whether South Asia plunges into war. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor this developing situation. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this critical geopolitical crisis. Inside the Papal Conclave, the historic vote for a new pope. The Vatican is buzzing as cardinals gather to elect the next leader of the Catholic Church. The Papal Conclave is a centuries-old tradition shrouded in secrecy and prayer. 115 cardinals from around the world are locked in the Sistine Chapel until they reach a decision. Each vote is handwritten on a ballot paper, inscribed with Eligo in summum pontificem. I elect as supreme pontiff. After each round of voting, the ballots are burned. Black smoke means no decision. White smoke signals a new pope. The world watches as thousands gather in St. Peter's Square, waiting for the famous smoke signal. A 2/3 majority is required to elect the new pontiff. The process could take days. The chosen cardinal must accept the role, choose a name, and be dressed in papal white robes. Then comes the moment the world waits for. Habamus Papam! We have a pope! The new pontiff will face modern challenges while leading 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide. From climate change to church reforms, the new pope's leadership will shape Catholicism's future. This conclave comes at a pivotal time for the Church, making this election particularly significant. Stay tuned as history unfolds in Rome. Will we see white smoke today,